August 13th, 2012. Tom Roten Morning Show, News Talk 800 WVHU and online 800WVHU.com. Real pleased to welcome on the program for the first time U.S. Congressman Tim Griffin, Republican from Arkansas. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing fine.
I appreciate you coming on. I want to get to talking about the free cell phones here in a moment, but I want to also take this opportunity to get your reaction on Mitt Romney naming your fellow member of Congress, Paul Ryan, as his VP running mate.
I think it's absolutely fabulous. Paul's office is next door to me in the Longworth building in D.C., and I've really gotten to know him. And he's incredible. I will tell you that his strength is he is a straight shooter. He is highly intelligent and equipped with the facts, and he's courageous. And he will just talk to the American people straight about the problems that we have, whether it be with regard to the debt or entitlement reform, et cetera. But he also has very, very specific fact-based solutions that he delivers with optimism and an idea that we can all grow the economy and be successful together. He has a very sort of Ronald Reagan-esque optimism, and I just think he's a great pick. And I think the more people learn about him, the more they're going to like him.
Well, I noticed that Michael Reagan, that's one of the things he said. He said, my dad would have liked Paul Ryan.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. If you spend any time with him, you see that what you see is what you get. He's a great family man. He like myself. We fly back home every weekend. He's got, I think, 3 young kids, and he really is doing all that he does to try to fix things for his kids after he's long gone. And you just see that. There's some candidates that are picked that the more you learn about them, the less you like them. Mm-hmm. That's the opposite of Paul Ryan. The more you learn about this guy, the more you're going to like him. And I'm not just, if I take my my conservative Republican hat off and just sort of think objectively, this is the kind of guy I think most Americans, independents, a lot of Democrats too, will just identify with as a person. He had a real tough time when he was young. I think when he was 16 or so, his father passed away. He worked at McDonald's. He likes to hunt. He lives right down the street from where he grew up. He's just a really incredible guy with a great story.
Yeah. Well, this is an interesting story that you've been working on, and it's amazing how the government cell phone giveaway is costing the rest of us billions of dollars, and specifically talking about a bill that you have out, H.R. 3481, that would stop the Taxpayer-Funded Cell Phones Act is what it's called. This is amazing. All the billions of dollars that's been used to give away free cell phones for people, and there's videos out there of people with 5 or 6 of these cell phones that they've gotten for free.
Sure. And, this is a situation where I'm sure that when someone decided, hey, we ought to give out free cell phone service, that I'm sure there was somebody in the room who's well-intentioned, but it's another federal government idea just gone wrong. And the Lifeline program has been around for a long time. People have been able to get landlines, hard lines in their home if they were low income or what have you. A few years ago, someone had the genius idea of just allowing free cell phones, and then I guess they had the genius idea of saying that, hey, let's just reimburse these private companies for every phone they can give out. And so what's happened is there's an incentive for these companies to give out as many phones as possible because they get reimbursed or they get a payment for every one that they give out. And there's been no controls on this. So some people get 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 40 cell phones. I actually had breakfast with a chief of police here in my district in Arkansas about a week ago, and someone at the table brought up this free cell phone issue, and the police chief said, we find those free cell phones all the time involved in drug deals and everything else. And this was a totally unprompted comment. Bottom line is, this program has just gone way off the tracks. And then the program aside, you got to ask yourself, should the federal government be in the business of just giving out free cell phone service?
Yeah, that's a great question right there, and I want to pick back up there. If you can, please, sir, hold on just for a minute news break, and then we'll come back and continue this. We're talking with U.S. Congressman Tim Griffin from Arkansas about the billions of dollars spent on giving out free cell phones. This is the Tom Roten Morning Show.
News Talk 800 WVHU, the tri-state source for news.
Marshall University plans to break ground this fall on its new Advanced Applied Engineering Complex. The building will be named the Arthur Weisberg Family Applied Engineering Complex following a donation from the president of Huntington-based Arthur's Enterprise. The office of Kentucky Governor Steve Beshear says his chief of staff has died. Spokeswoman Carrie Richardson told the Associated Press that Mike Hayden passed away on Sunday. The cause of death was uncertain. Hayden became Beshear's chief of staff in 2010. Before that, Hayden, who was also the mayor of Springfield, served as Beshear's legislative director. House Minority Floor Leader Jeff Hoover told the Lexington Herald-Leader that Hayden was a very good friend, and he said he will be missed. Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney is set to make 3 stops in eastern and southern Ohio's Appalachian region tomorrow. His campaign says he will focus on coal during stops at American Energy Corporation in Bealsville, Tom's Ice Cream Bowl in Zanesville, and an evening rally in Chillicothe. Partly cloudy today, a high of 85. Cloudy tonight, a low of 65. For updated local news and weather all day, go to WSAZ.com. Now you're up to date.
Back on the Tom Roten Morning Show, we're talking with U.S. House Member Tim Griffin. Got his comment on Paul Ryan. We're talking about this situation with the free cell phones. And Congressman, though you're serving in Arkansas, I understand we're right here on the border of West Virginia, Kentucky, and Ohio. You serving your 16th year as an officer in the U.S. Army Reserve, you're a major. You actually served a little bit from Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Is that right?
Was mobilized there for 1 year in 2005 and spent most of that year there and a little bit of it in Iraq too. So I was there the week that I got there. I was an Army prosecutor. The week that I got there, you may remember we had the kid, a young enlisted soldier, run out from behind a building, shooting at people, tried to kill his platoon sergeant. Luckily, I think he shot 4 times. Luckily, he missed. He shot at the whole formation of people. Missed every time, but he did get convicted on attempted murder. That was back in 2005.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. I do remember that story. Well, we've been talking about that. By the way, Congressman Griffin represents the 2nd District of Arkansas. What does that comprise of? What area?
Well, it's 8 counties. 8 counties effectively in central Arkansas. It's all of Little Rock and the county that Little Rock is in, which is Pulaski County, and then there are 7 other counties around it. So there's some urban to it, and quite a bit of suburban and some rural as well. but it's a pretty compact district for Arkansas. Only 8 counties. It's the smallest in terms of the number of counties because we have so many people concentrated in this Little Rock area.
All right, how many billions of dollars has this free cell phone giveaway cost the American people?
Well, it's only been in effect since '06, and now it's over $1 billion a year, but it's taken some time to build up to that. So I would say cumulatively, probably close to $2 billion. And if you want to know where all this money's coming from, this is not from general revenue of the federal government. This is from the Universal Service Fund, and you can pull, if you have a cell phone, and most people do, you can pull your cell phone bill out, and you can see that line on your cell phone bill. It says Universal Service Fund or Universal Service Fee or something like that.
Right.
You're the ones paying it, and your cell phone bill's like your cable bill. You see the part that you understand, you're paying for the product or service or whatever, and then you see these pages of fees and taxes and everything else, and this is one of those many that a lot of us have wondered what it is. Well, this is one of them that's on your bill, and I'm sure you can find it there. And the broader point that I make is not only why are we providing cell phone service to folks, but if we can't cut something like this, we're going to have a real problem getting our spending addiction under control.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. I will tell you that this issue this issue was brought to my attention because of constituents, because people just so angry when they see these kiosks and these little booths and or in the mail they get a letter or whatever saying, hey, U.S. government's giving you a free cell phone. Well, it's not free. Nothing's free. Someone else is paying for it. And, you've seen these videos online, and certainly some of those cases are the most extreme. But what I've found is that in city after city, they're the norm. You may think, well, someone having more than one of these phones is unusual. Well, that's nonsense. There may be a minority of people having, just a few of the many people that have them having the 30 or the 40 cell phones. But if you look at the different news segments that have been done on this in Baltimore and Atlanta and St. Louis, all over the country, you see that they're having the same problems everywhere. But it just doesn't make any sense. And some folks have said, well, what if there's a low-income person that's in a car and they have an emergency? And I'm like, well, first of all, if you've got a car, you can get a cell phone, a cheap, not smartphone, but a cheap cell phone for just $1 a month. But the next question is, well, should we get everybody jumper cables?
Yeah.
Should we get everybody a first aid kit for their trunk?
Right.
Should we when does it end?
Right. You have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. There's nothing in there about a cell phone or even a landline phone for that matter.
Yeah, you know what? You got the right to work and buy yourself a cell phone. And you got the right to not work and not have a cell phone.
Yeah.
If you can have everything you want or many things you want without working, then why should you work?
That's what a lot of people.
That's the lesson the federal government teaching a lot of people. And,
right.
And the teacher of that class is Barack Obama.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people have learned that lesson well, and they say, well, what's the point in me working? I might as well stay at home. I can get everything I want for free.
Yeah, it's a disgrace.
It is. Well, you've got a bill to stop the Taxpayer-Funded Cell Phones Act, and we'll encourage folks to go to your website, griffin.house.gov/lifeline, and check that out and support you on that bill. Do you have bipartisan support in Congress on that?
I don't think we have any Democrats on this bill yet. I don't, and that's unfortunate because this is everybody's problem.
Yeah.
But I would encourage people to like our Facebook page, and which is facebook.com/rep REP Tim Griffin, Griffin. You can follow us on Twitter at Rep Tim Griffin, and certainly go to griffin.house.gov, and you can see some of these videos and learn more about the program. But this is what I tell folks all the time is it is very bold of folks in the federal government to talk about asking anybody for one more penny in taxes when they can't get all these different ridiculous programs under control. Why would I want to give one more penny? If you had a financial advisor that kept losing all your money, would you keep giving them your money?
That
No.
makes sense.
You say, show me for 10 years that you can do a great job, and then I'll consider it. Well, you know what I say to the federal government? Show me that you can be a good steward of my money. And when you get to that point, then let's have a conversation.
Yeah, Tim Griffin in Arkansas, elected in 2010. Do you have how you feel about your reelection chances?
Not taking anything for granted, but I think we're in good shape.
Good deal. Well, let's hope so. We need more people like you there, sir. Thank you so much for coming on, and hopefully you'll get that bill passed.
Thank you very much.
All right,
Take care.
All right, you too, sir. U.S. Congressman Tim Griffin.